Hey, what is going on? It's your boy Mike, and today we're going to talk marketing. That's right, marketing. I hope you're ready because I have something I want to share with you that I think is really useful. I've got a tool I developed a while back. I developed it when I was kind of frustrated thinking, why is it that people don't view marketing in a certain way? And I'll reveal in just a second. I'm not trying to play coy here, but it just frustrated me. And the more I thought about it, I had kind of an aha moment, and I developed this tool, and I use it a lot in my marketing work with clients, my consulting business, and I think it's something that you might find useful too. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're also a consultant, if you're an executive that oversees marketing people, maybe you're a marketing professional yourself, freelancer, agency owner, digital marketing guru, whatever and whoever you are, if you have anything to do with marketing, then this is going to be a really useful tool. It's very simple. It's a simple tool, and yet it's quite powerful. So without further ado, let me introduce to you what I call the Marketing Assessment Matrix, the Marketing Assessment Matrix. And if you haven't guessed already, it is a 2x2 matrix. That's right. Those of you that watch this channel regularly know I just did a video recently on the 2x2 matrix and the power of it. If you're interested and you haven't watched it, you can just check it out. Here's a link right here. Please take a moment, watch that video, check out the history of the 2x2, and you'll find some of the ways that consultants and others like to use it, and you can use it too. But let's get into it. So essentially you've got an X and a Y axis. I've got two kind of contrasting or two concepts that have some tension between them to create this 4-quadrant matrix. The first kind of concept that I like to look at is the idea of expense versus income. You've got this continuum of expense to income in any company. You're going to have things that cost you money and things that make you money. If you look at the accounting books in any business, you're going to see two columns, expense and income. Expense and income. It's so simple. And the goal of any business, if they want to keep the lights on and keep the owner in Wonder Bread and bologna, you got to make sure that the income column has more going on than the expense column. If the expense column has got more going on than the income, well, then you, my friend, are in trouble. The other concept that I look at, that I layer against the idea of expense versus income, is tactical versus strategic. With any marketing function, you're going to either have strategic work or tactical work. Now, you can parse marketing in different ways. It doesn't have to be tactical versus strategic, but one way to look at marketing and to kind of divide the work is to say, is it tactical or is it strategic? And when you take these two concepts and you put them against each other, you get what I am calling the Marketing Assessment Matrix. And you can see it here now. You have this 4-quadrant matrix: income and expense, tactical and strategic. Let's take a quick tour around the matrix. I'm going to just explain it real quick with a couple examples to help you visualize and understand what I've built here. So if you look at the top right, you're looking at strategic and expense. A strategic expense, things that cost the business money, but they are strategic. These, and I'm calling that think. And these would be things like developing a strategic marketing plan, maybe developing a brand platform or a messaging matrix, maybe reworking a brand strategy. So you're kind of doing this thinking work, this work that is important. It takes time, it takes research, it takes brain power, but it costs you money. You can't tie a marketing strategy, the work to do that, directly to revenue. You can't say, well, we did the strategy and then we got the revenue. There's all kinds of other work that has to happen from thinking all the way to revenue generation. And so we'll park that under, this is an investment. This is something that's going to cost you money, but it's strategic in nature. The next quadrant that we want to look at is tactical work that costs you money, tactical that is an expense. I call that truss because I want to stay with this T theme here. Everything's starting with the word T, and truss is like a support. Think of like the trusses under a railroad bridge or trusses holding up a house or something. You're trussing something up, you're supporting. These are the kinds of things that marketers do that are supporting other efforts. This might be creating sales support literature, brochures, or maybe coordinating the upcoming trade show and making sure that the trade show booth is ready to go and making sure all the vendors did what they were supposed to do. These are the support activities that marketers get involved in on a regular basis. These are important things, but they do not directly generate revenue. They cost you money. Now, if we go to tactical income generation, we go to tactical things that generate income, I'm calling that transact. These are transactional kinds of things. These are good things. This is where you're making money. So this could be something like a digital marketing campaign. It's not strategic in nature necessarily, but you are moving people through a funnel to maybe a landing page where they can click that buy button, and you've got a customer, you've generated revenue. These are the tactical things you can do to make money. And this is an important function of marketing. It's often overlooked. And in fact, a lot of people, this is a pet peeve of mine, look at digital marketing as just like, well, we want to increase engagement. We just want to get a lot of likes, and that's fine. And I know I'm a broken record. My clients and anyone that watches this channel knows I'm like, yeah, but that's not enough. Like thumbs up and likes aren't enough. I want to transact. If we've got this digital capability, I want to transact. People are using digital technology all the time to transact. And by the way, this income and tactical doesn't necessarily have to be digital. It could be direct marketing. It could be direct mail campaigns. It could be catalog sales. I mean, there's other ways that you can transact, but digital is really easy these days with the technology and the techniques that are out there. And then lastly, we have this last quadrant, which is the combination of strategic and income, strategy and income. And I call that transform. And essentially what these are things like innovation initiatives where you're creating new products or maybe new services. Maybe you're changing the service platform in a way that allows you to sell or upsell or to charge higher margins. These are revenue generating activities that are strategic in nature, maybe new business models, new pricing strategies, new products, new services, lots of strategic thinking, but in the end adds money to the bottom of the company's balance sheet that generates revenue. So as you look at this matrix, what this allows you to do, and the reason I think this is so powerful, is it allows you to assess your marketing efforts. So if, for instance, you're a freelancer and you're trying to figure out like, I can't make the kind of rates that I need to make. I'm not able to charge enough. And I feel like I'm always competing with these people that are undercutting me. And my clients don't really respect and appreciate the work that I'm doing for them. Take a look at this matrix. Where does your work fall in this matrix? If your work, and my intuition is, it probably does, if your work falls in that trust quadrant, if you are an expense and you're tactical, you're going to have a really hard time charging premium dollars for what you do. You've got to figure out a way to get out of that quadrant. And here's why. You can be the best designer in the world. You can have the best service in the world, and people are willing to pay a little bit more for that. But at the end of the day, these kinds of things have too much downward pressure. These are the things that get automated. These are the things that get systematized. These are the things that companies are always looking to wring the costs out of. Their low-level stuff. They need them, but they don't want to spend a lot of money. You know, I used to run an agency. We did beautiful work, fantastic work, and we got into video, and we did fantastic video work. But the problem that I felt we were bumping up against was we were doing these beautiful videos for $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 and more. But a lot of clients just wanted a quick, cheap, ephemeral video to throw on a social media site or on their website. They didn't need it to be well produced. They weren't worried about the lighting and the sound. Now, they should have been, and I think we were right to want to do the best work possible. But sometimes people are just looking for this support type of work, this content or design work or assets that they're just going to use quickly and they're going to move on. And if you're in that quadrant, you need to find a way to get out. Now, if you are maybe a business owner, an entrepreneur, and a small to medium-sized business, and you're looking at your company and you're frustrated, you're saying, I'm spending all this money on marketing. I don't know what we really get for it. I'm not confident that we're really moving the company forward. Use this matrix. Take a look at how and what you guys are doing. How are you spending your money, and what kinds of things is your marketing team doing? If you're spending a lot of money, you've got multiple staff people, but everybody's focused on that, again, that expense and tactical quadrant, the trust quadrant, well, maybe it's time to rethink. How can we do this less expensively and take some of those revenue, freed up revenue money available, and apply it to something else? Maybe we can apply it to the transact column. Maybe we need to invest a little bit of time to put together a better plan, a strategy that'll lead us to better revenue down the road. This is a way to look at the work that you're doing, look at the work that your clients are doing, look at your business and assess, how is my marketing effort structured and constructed? Where am I spending my money? What are the things that we're putting our time into? The fact of the matter is, No company, I don't care how big you are, can do everything. Especially if you're a small to medium-sized business, you can't do everything. And so really your strategy has to be partially, what am I going to say no to? What things am I going to choose not to do? And I think looking at this matrix will help you assess your marketing efforts and think to yourself, okay, what kinds of things do we need to stop doing? What kinds of things do we need to start doing? How do we reallocate resources in a way that gets us to a better place? And I would argue that, you really want to get good at the discipline of using marketing to generate revenue. That could be on the tactical or the strategic side, but you want to do it. Definitely invest in strategy and long-term thinking. Definitely do the trust stuff, the support stuff. You have to. But think of ways to be economical and efficient. Focus on becoming competent in generating revenue with your marketing efforts. And my friends, you will thank me later. Once you crack that code, it's a beautiful thing. The marketing department can start creating revenue for you. And if you're a freelancer or a consultant, you can position yourself around these kinds of offerings. You can charge a premium because you're helping your clients generate revenue, thrive, and grow. Guys, I hope that these videos are useful to you. I just want you to know, for my viewers, I love you guys, and my desire for you is to succeed. I want you to thrive. I want you to be able to realize your potential as a person and as a professional. So do me a favor, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Give me a like if you enjoyed this video, but even more importantly, throw some comments down below. I'd love to have a conversation. Have you seen this matrix before? I kind of came up with it, but maybe it's already been out in the wild before and I just have never come across it before. Do you see this as being useful? Do you think this is a bunch of malarkey? Let's talk about it. Throw some comments down below. Let's have a little bit of fun. And as I said a moment ago, guys, I love you, and I'll catch you in the next video.